Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're going to talk about cotton hemp wick. So let's get right to it. All right, so my buddy Tark Vamada, who owns Modern World, um, s- introduced me, or basically told me about cotton wicks. I've actually seen it done before by I Eat Beaners. So I Eat Beaners, props to you, brother. Um, and he was kind enough to send me a little bit of a sample to try out. And you know, the mailman brought it in. I got it, and I was really excited. First thing I did was cut up a little bit length and rolled it on the where is it? The sorry, not the Nimbus, the Immortalizer, and had a vape, and it was a very horrible experience. Turns out that cotton wick is not like silica. You don't just wrap it and vape with it. There is a little bit of prep work involved, but the prep work is done pretty much. It's a one-time thing. So um, what the prep work involves, and I'll put some pictures up, is you can see is that basically you boil the cotton wick uh, in boiling water twice. First time you boil it, you'll see that the cotton wick it had a sort of ivory type color. I guess some impurities and whatnot. All that leached into the water. All right. So once you see it, like the water getting murky, boil it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Dump out the water, refill your pot again, and boil it for another 10 minutes, and that will give you a pretty much a nice clean white cotton wick. Okay. Then what you got to do is you got to pat it dry on some paper towels, and I just left it overnight. So when I came back the next morning, the wicks were all dry, and that's it. I mean, that's all you have to do to it. So you have to do this once and once only, and now this whole bundle here, I can pretty much use it as normal. So first things first is you will notice that it's a little bit, well, not a little bit, it's quite floppy. Okay, compared to silica and uh, especially Echo Wool, right? Um, it's also very soft. It compresses a lot, so you got to be careful not to constrict the wicks when you roll. Second thing, and do not make this mistake as I did when I first got it. Do not dry burn this thing, because it's cotton. If you dry burn it, it will burn. Okay, there's um, there's no doubt about that. And I had a very nasty experience with that. Taste was horrible. Second thing is that I have a tester here, so I'm going to test the ohms of the immortalizer. So I've got a target of around zero point 0.7, zero point 0.8 ohms. So let's see. Yep, so 0.73, 0.72 ohms. All right, so zero point 0.7 is a pretty low res build. That'll pretty much give you a nice idea of how this thing performs. So first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you soak this thing really well. So I'm going to be using Vanilla Dream from Tark. Also, this is his some of his juices, which I'll be reviewing shortly. So you want to soak this thing really well. Okay, leave no spot uh, unsoaked, because this thing will burn instantly. Okay, it's different from silica. You can't treat it like silica. It's a complete different animal. All right, so I've got the center part done, so I'm going to install the air control. All right, and I'm going to put on a mod. Let's see, what am I going to put it on? Let's see if I can put it on my 69 mod. All right, and continue soaking this thing. All right. Now immediately you'll notice that this thing soaks a little bit different from silica. It takes a little bit longer for it to soak in. So you have to soak it in really nice and slow. Kind of almost in a way force feed it in there. And this thing really does hold a lot of juice. I mean, it holds much more juice than silica, at least in my opinion. And once it's soaked, you can see that this thing is, really saturated. Really, really, really saturated. Okay, you can see the juice glistening on top of there. So this thing is pretty much primed and ready to go. So let's install the top cap. And let's have a vape. Wow. Now, even after boiling, your initial couple of drags, maybe about 10 drags, will have a slight cottony flavor. It's not bad. It's almost like a nutty flavor, but that pretty much goes away very quickly. And one thing you'll notice that this thing really holds the juice. If you've ever, used silicone or dripper, when it's soaked and you fire it, you'll see that the area of the coils, it becomes white. Okay, so that's pretty much all the juice evaporating or vaporizing, and the tendrils on the side are trying to feed the center, or the part where the coils are. In this one, you will see that the wicking is so fast that the part where the coils are, okay, so the cotton where you've wrapped the coils, doesn't turn white or doesn't change color. Okay, so that's a really good sign that this thing wicks pretty damn well. And you can see that even on something like a 0.7 ohm build, this thing is just rocking out the vapor. It's really good. I'm getting much more vapor than either silica or echo wool. And already I've had like 4 or 5 drags, and I can feel the flavor, that cotton flavor just subsiding. It's going away pretty quickly. Awesome, really, really nice. I think when it comes to dripping, um, I'm not going to use Eco Wool or Silica anymore. I mean, this is the way to go. All right. I don't know if Tark sells it. In fact, let me just check his website. But I don't know if Tark sells it. But I do know that you can go to Martha Stewart World and get the unbleached cotton yarn, and that works fine. In fact, I think that's what most people use. But let's see, accessories. Nope, he only sells Eco Wool. I'm sure he's going to be selling the cotton yarn pretty soon, but don't take my word for it. So if you ever get a chance to try cotton yarn, cotton hemp, do it, because it's really good. I mean, this thing, I've juiced it pretty well right now, and the juice is just going to stay and stay and stay. You do notice the flavor going down pretty fast, so the minute you have a drag and you feel the flavor going away, just fill it up again, okay? And surprisingly, this thing can hold a lot of liquid, a lot of liquid. It takes a lot to flood this thing. Flavor is just outstanding, outstanding. Mm. All right, so I could just feel a little bit of flavor drop there. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 12. There you go, 12 drops in here. Give it a nice swirl. Flavor's back, vapor's back. It's just fantastic stuff. Who would have known that cotton, something organic and nice, would be such a good wicking material? People were going for silica. I think that I do have a K-Fun. I will try this on a K-Fun. Let's see how it works on a K-Fun. But for my drippers, that's the only thing I'm going to use. All right, guys. So take care and keep on vaping.